Yo. Yo. What's up, everybody? Rage Cage 20 here. We are back with Within Temptation's album, The Silent Force. Or The Silent Force, if you want to get fancy with it. If you're feeling saucy. Today we have another music video. They got a lot in this album. I appreciate that. It's really cool. Memories today. And actually looking at it, we actually are quite a distance through the album here. I think we're like halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because we're skipping Angels, by the way. If I didn't mention that at the end of Forsaken, or you didn't watch the end of Forsaken, we're skipping Angels. Because I've seen it a million times. It's the only song that I've or video that I've seen or heard outside of the other album. The Heart of Everything or Theory of Everything. Was Heart of Everything? I don't remember. Whatever it is. The Blank of Everything. The only song I've heard out of that is Angels. So, sorry. Amazing song, by the way. If you haven't checked Angels, check it. That sounds so fucking good. But anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 8. 8 left after this. Not if you're counting the bonus tracks, which there's a lot. But technically, there's only 3 more songs after this in the album. But then there's like 5 bonus tracks. So I mean, we're gonna check this out. It's Within Temptation. We gotta. So yeah. Anyways, we got memories here today. Cool looking video. I'm excited to get into it, so let's not waste any more time. Let's bring it on down here and let's do just that. a second there, I thought the old lady was like gonna like vanish, like gonna like go through that beam in the window and just knock him out the other side, just like completely disappear, and then it was gonna someone down. Like, oh. So before I forget, before we continue here, before we talk about the video and the song and everything like that, I totally forgot the beginning here, but it's more likely that people are going to listen at this point than the massive skipping that's probably going to happen at the beginning. I don't really blame you. We're so preconditioned that people talk about shit, about pimping out their own stuff and whatnot. It's just like, just the video, please. I get it. I feel you guys. So I do have a new video from In This Moment coming out. Apparently their second album, The Dream. I did the first two, the intro and the music video of that. Apparently the second album had the rights are owned by Centrum Media Records, I believe, which I think is the same people that I've done a lot of, if not all of. It will come to me. Fucking hold on. Lacuna Coil. So, and they haven't immediately refuted my dispute, so it's most likely gonna come out here in about a day or two, or the day you probably see this. It's probably either came out that day or the day before, or something like that would be my guess. So go check that. But apparently they have a problem with just using the music in general. So it might be every single video in that song or in that album might have a problem and might not come out for like 2 or 3 days after I post it. So if you're interested in This Moment's second album, keep checking for that. For this song, let's talk about that video first. That was a really cool video. The concept and everything of what was happening once you like kind of figure out, like, you know, it's like at one moment you get it, and then once everything is going, by the end you get it again, kind of thing. It's like, you know, you see this old lady come into this house and whatnot, kind of like ghost of past or whatever, chilling up in there. She comes in, everything's destroyed and old and stuff, and then she turns into her younger self, which apparently that's what Sharon's gonna look like when she gets old. Who knew? And turns into younger self. Everything starts to rebuild itself, like, you know, living through the memories and whatnot, and, you know, all the really cool stuff that's happening there. And then on her way out, everything starts breaking back down. She transforms back into her old self, as, you know, she was just reliving, walking through all the memories as everything put itself into place. And then as the memories were done, deassembled itself. Really cool concept. Really cool video. I like that. That is like, it's a really great concept and execution of a video without having to be super complicated and complex and whatnot. Not a lot of crazy stuff happening. Just very, very basic stuff well, not basic, but very small stuff that means so much, you know? What I'm saying is they did a lot by doing a little, which I think was perfect. I think that was really fucking cool. I liked that. The song itself, I mean, what more could you ask for? With Them Temptation, their instruments creating a very cool beat and groove and stuff. It was like kind of more mellow than what, you know, kind of used to, and I kind of like that. They kind of mellowed down some of the more heavier rock and metal elements and then added other instruments in there, which was really fucking cool. Loved that. Loved the sounds. Loved the theme they would go for. You got Sharon's vocals. I mean, that's pretty much always a win. I haven't heard anything from Sharon so far in almost 2 albums that I've been like, man, she's off on this song, right? You know what I mean? It's like, no, just she's a great vocalist. She nails it every time. It's just like listening to Amy Lee. You know, it's her vocals are at least going to be good no matter what, if not excellent. You know, it's just, it doesn't matter if everything else in the song falls apart. She's at least going to be amazing. It's just how it goes when you have a vocalist like that. So, I mean, you know, can't go wrong there. Some cool panning with the whispers that weren't only in the beginning, were coming back every now and then. Very cool panning effects. I love With Them Temptation's panning effects. I've heard quite a few bands do some really cool panning. None that do it as consistently as With Them Temptation. So, of course, classic With Them Temptation panning. Doesn't need to be there. Put it in there because they're awesome. Yeah, and then we just have a few basic, not basic, but a few little points in here to kind of emphasize what I just mentioned. I want to check out some of the instrumentation, especially in the beginning and whatnot. Um, check out some harmonies she did, which was really cool. And yeah, call it a day. So let's get back through here. Now that we know what's happening in the video, I can appreciate it even more. I also tried to check out some of these lyrics because I caught a few, but usually when there's a video, the first time through, I know I'm gonna probably ignore the lyrics for the most part and just focus on the video. And the second time through, I'll focus more on the lyrics. But we won't forget to appreciate the video. But in the beginning here, I wanted to check out the instruments because I was hearing a lot of different instrumentation going on. So I really wanted to see if I can pinpoint exactly which instruments were in there. Obviously, you saw the dude with the violin in there. The bass guitarist was playing a double bass or upright bass or whatever you want to call it. String bass, whatever the correct term for it is. I'm not 100% positive. I don't. So maybe I assume a lot of bass players can tend to play both those instruments, especially. I mean, from my experience in college, anyone who played the bass also played the string bass as well. So. So it's not a surprise if he actually was playing the instrument, but I do want to focus more in on that and see if I can actually hear the sounds of a string bass in there. Sounds like he was, kind of like in a jazz group, he was playing it pizzicato, which is pretty standard. Usually, I want to say only in a symphony they actually bow, but I'm sure that happens outside of symphonies as well, occasionally. But usually in jazz, it's usually all pizzicato, but. I think I don't listen to a lot of jazz. I'm not gonna be honest with you, but I have heard quite a few jazz groups in my day, especially in college, but not a lot. Yeah, I think that's it for the beginning. We're just gonna check all of that out. Check the vocals because I wasn't paying attention to the vocals the first time, the first verse, and when we got to the second verse, I was like, oh wow, I think these were doing the same vocals in the first verse. So we need to check that out. But the first verse, I was very focusing on the rhythm section and all the instruments and the backing kind of groove and whatnot they were creating for Sharon. I was really focused on that, so I want to check out all of that was going on here. Oh wait, gorgeous looking house. It looks very much like European countryside, I would guess. Kind of look to the grounds and also the architecture of the house. It looks very. Yeah, it looks. I mean, my guess would be kind of like Victorian feel to it. I'm not sure. I'm not very great with history either, but that's just kind of the vibe I'm getting from the scenery. I like it. I also like the vines overtaking the house and whatnot there. All right, hold on. I'm so confused or fixated on the imagery. I'm not even listening to the fact that there's some strings just fucking giving it the business here in the background. Hold on. So there's this drone going on underneath it, which I could easily see being from a keyboard. I could also see that maybe being just nice string bass, just kind of on a really low resonating note there. I'm trying to figure out if that's a violin or a cello that's doing that work right now. Sounds violin. There's just a lot of kind of low work going on, like low notes that was happening later on. I was hearing too. It was just like that's very low for violin, which made me think maybe viola. But I know the violin. I'm pretty sure the violin can get that low. You just don't hear it that often. So If I had to make a safe guess, I would say violin, but my heart of hearts wanted me to say viola, but I don't know if that's correct. Anyways, I like the sound. Then we have this bass dum dum coming in here. Okay. Let's let it build into that again. I love the atmosphere of it all too. And that piano. I love that dun 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 dun. I love that jumping up and down. I guess it'll be a third or a fourth. It sounds like that there's a warm up exercise. We jump up thirds, like you go 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5. You know, you just dun 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 dun. It sounds like one of those kind of exercises, but staying within the same two notes. So I want to say it's a third or a fifth, or a third or a fourth. Dun, 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 dun. It's nice. I like that. I like that sound. It's got this good repetition to it. It's very catchy. And they're also playing something with the other hand. I like that. I like that pulse. I like the rhythm to that, the energy that has, while being nice and soft. That is really nice. Ooh, that swelling. New from Middle Kids? I don't know, middle. What was that? What? That swell of that string section, more strings coming in there, and I heard that hint of the whisper starting to come in there, which I think starts in this ear and then it jumps back and forth. So listen for that. That is really cool. So the strings coming in. Yeah, it says 3 times on the lyrics website here, but I think that's because the last one is like so almost inaudible. But no, that's definitely 4. It starts here, goes here, goes here, and then super silently. You hear it one more time. You feel the pressure of that sound come back in the bottom of the ears, and you can barely make out that whisper. But that's really cool, just jumping back and forth between the 2 ears there. Love me some good panning. Now, let's check out what's going on with Sharon's vocals here in this first verse. It's definitely a 4th one. Because why not? Because it's Sharon, right? Because that's what happens when Sharon sings. That nice little like almost trill into an interval run vibrato there that she did with that little embellishment. It's like, okay, yeah, because it's Sharon, because that's what she does. She just makes awesome vocals happen. So she's playing, she's living in this verse. I love it. I love the crystal clear and soft vocals she's got going on here. It's a beautiful tone, great vibrato in that run. Or is at the end of the run, I think. I'll have to double check that. But this vamping rhythm section here that you have underneath her, I really want to hone in on that. Because we got some drums. We got some drums doing some nice soft, mostly treble snare stuff in here. And you got bass. Originally I assumed bass guitar, but now I'm thinking maybe a string bass. And piano over the top there. I think violin might be chiming in from time to time. And it just has a soft, kind of mellow feel to it, and it does a great job of staying under and out of the way of Sharon's vocals. But let's not count it out, because it does an amazing job of helping support her vocals and make her sound even better than she already does. Let's not count out this rhythm section here. They're doing a fantastic job. In this world you try. That sounds like a bass guitar. Dum. That sounds like a bass guitar. It really does. But I don't know, maybe it's an upright bass. Who the fuck knows? No idea. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm hearing little hints of the violin passages coming in and out. But you have this soft, very I want to say chalk. I don't know why chalk came to mind because chalk has nothing to do with it, like drawing chalk. No, but it's because of the sound that the snare makes that made me feel like chalk is the correct term for it. Very it has this very soft, trebly, a lot of snare. You can hear a little bit of hi-hat in there. Just has this nice kind of moving groove going on to it. Very treble. Like I don't even think he's using the kick pedal at this point. Or the kick drum. I mean the kick pedal to make the kick drum make sound, but kick drum would be more accurate. But yeah, just very soft, very trebly, very quiet, but just this nice rhythm, nice movement to it. Hold on, give me some more. I'm trying to ignore Sharon's vocals, which is hard to do. To hear this. Yeah, definitely hi-hat in there. In this world you try, yeah, the upper strings, the violins, violas, whatever they got here in this ensemble, is just bowing, just holding out these whole notes, occasionally changing them. Just this very low, very soft in the mix, which I think is nice because it just kind of gives it this ambiance that you can tell it's there, but you don't hear that's there until they change note. That's really cool. And then you got that bass over the top of it as well. Just such a great blanketing foundation here. Just such a soft, mellow, almost solemn, but I don't think it's quite solemn. So it just has this kind of mellow nature to it. Just kind of the almost like the little taste of sorrow, but mixed with the calm of reliving, going back in your past and thinking about memories, and you just have that calm and just thoughtfulness to it. It's a great job at the beat and the feeling of everything here. Now, let's listen to Sharon. In this world you try, not leaving me alone behind. Nah. Goddamn. Also, I didn't mention it, but we can't discount that piano, that nice repeating riff there. Dun, 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 dun. I think it's just doing that, but it could be doing a little bit more. It might have some additional stuff on there as well, but just definitely that dun, 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 dun. Definitely hearing that very clearly. That's also creating a nice rhythm there, a nice melody line as well. Sharon's vocals are great. Okay, keep going. Yeah, that's what caught my attention in the second verse, and I assumed she did in the first verse too, and I was correct. First off, real high up there. Those are some high notes. They're very thin, and I mean that in a good way. She gets up to the nice, high, quiet, like soft, thin, very glassy notes, and even does a little jump in there as well with those vocals. I mean, like, the fuck. So we have there's a back path here. It's kind of dirt, gravel, and whatnot that you can take like your dogs on a walk and whatnot in the apartment place here. And I hear people walking back there all the time, especially at night. There's a striking amount of people that walk alone back here by themselves, or like just two people and whatnot. It's just like, you guys are gonna die. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. But I think that was like some kind of motor vehicle going through here. I assume the people that maintain the place, whatnot, some kind of like one of those like little trucks or whatnot. Not construction, but gardening or with trucks and stuff. But I was fucking loud. That distracted the shit out of me and scared me for a second because I was pausing for something else, and then that sound happened. I was like, the fucking shit. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say because the reason why I claim the thin part here is because just the word thin, that hiss. There's so much of that hiss and almost borderline. I won't say grip, but not quite grip. But there's just that the uh, the register that she's singing in, just her voice just naturally has this kind of grainy, thin kind of grit to it, and it's like really cool. Like you can really feel it when she's singing up in that register. Just like you can just hear it buzzing in your ear, and it's just like really cool. Right there, where you can kind of hear that almost like hiss that just buzzes in that register for her. That's so cool. It just like vibrates my ears. It's so cool. So I think around here, I guess I mentioned it later, but I think this is the same place where it happened then that would happen now. So she's about to harmonize in here and jump into the chorus, and I definitely want to check out the chorus as well. But that pizzicato that's coming in from the strings, from the upper strings in here, I want to say, violin. I'm sure they have some a viola doing there with them as well. But yeah, that pizzicato that we just got in there with those strings, boom, boom. Some nice pizzicato in there. I love me some pizzicato. I love a lot of things in instrumental music, but but I mean, what can you do? But there's some things that are like my favorites. Nice smooth notes there. I like that. I'm a little nervous about the way she's creeping in towards me here. It's a little scary, but I'm for it. But yeah, nice smooth lower mid register there. Very nice notes. Beautiful passage here, complementing the change in the string section. Nice little dip there in that note. So, you know how I feel about the arrival of a chorus. You gotta have one. For me, it feels empty if you don't. And this is, I think, a great example of like doing it without overdoing it. You know, there didn't need to be some like timpani roll or some crazy push into there. Just you listen to the drums, they cut out for a second, and then they like have a hit here and there, and it sounds like they kind of rolled a cymbal into where there, and you just kind of feel this surge of music and sound and energy kind of push towards it. But it's very subtle and subdued, because that's like kind of like the whole point and the theme of this song so far has been very, very mellow, very chill, very just kind of smooth and glassy and whatnot. You don't want this whole like da da, we're here at the chorus, you know, that'd be very uncharacteristic. And so it keeps it that just that smooth, just we're here, you know. That is a nice push into the chorus. Wow. Don't stop. You hear the doom tex into the chorus. Just a tiny little like 3-note drum fill while the cymbal is rolling a little bit and kind of crashes when he releases it. That's cool. And you have that kind of like string line there that also is going to help me pushing into the chorus. I'm trying to see if I missed anything else. This is a great example of so many things that I've mentioned before, of being able to keep everything very, very low in kind of overall sound and dynamic, just kind of keeping it nice and soft at this kind of between mezzo piano. Yeah, mezzo piano would be mezzo piano, mezzo forte kind of zone, like a medium. It's keeping it between low and medium, but still having energy. There is so many moving parts in here, but from the strings, from the drums, from everything that's going on, there's so many moving lines in here that's creating all this energy and giving this chorus like a yeah, we're at the chorus feel. But it's still like it's still soft, it's still smooth, it's still quiet, but it has energy. You know, it never gets like, I think most of the song never really gets over a medium in volume. This is not rocking out metal, fuck yeah, energy, but it still has so much energy to it. There's ways to do it, man. I mean, all these other songs that I've remarked, it's just like, just because you're quiet doesn't mean we have to lose all energy ever. There's so many ways to do it, and I really want to just compliment Within Temptation for their writing and for their musical talent that I've seen many times throughout their songs. That's just like they can do so much while still doing so little at the same time. And it's, I don't know if I'd say it's easy to do. I'm not a writer, but many people have done it before. So I imagine it must be easy enough to do. But yeah, I love this because like not only do you have Sharon just giving some amazing vocal melodies here, and that's really kind of driving this song, but just I'm really loving the backing instrumentation that they have going on here because they're doing so much to support her. Because like it's very easy to just get lost in Sharon's amazing, angelic, beautiful, glassy vocals. But if you pay attention to everything that's happening underneath her, they're making her sound even better by giving her so much support and energy through their sound that's all very low in the mix compared to her, which is very smart, so it should be. But it's still doing so much while being so kind of smooth and soft. Like, this is impressive. This is very impressive in this song here. Gonna have this dun 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 kind of feel. This gives a good driving rhythm to it. That's such a nice little shift there in that note. God, the way she's just playing with some of these notes and sliding between different notes is just so beautiful. Beautiful string, big string melody coming in here. Some nice solid cymbal hits there with the kick drum. But again, it's not crazy crashes and stuff. Everything keeps nice and subtle in the song, and I love it. See with that violin there, it's such low end, if that's a violin, of the violin that it sounds like a cello, which is making me really think viola here. But I don't know the violin and the viola well enough because they look almost identical. And sorry to all violin players, but like trust me, no one understands more than I do. Trust me, no one understands more than I do. When you play the euphonium, and that's your main instrument, especially like it is mine, no one knows what the fuck that is. It's just like everyone knows what a baritone is. People are like, oh yeah, baritone. It's like, it's because it's this almost the same instrument. It's different, it's very different timbre and sound to it because they're designed for two different things. But it's pretty much the same thing. You just take that bell and you just put it this way and make it more cylindrical and then sort of more round. I don't know, more tube-like instead of more round-like. And you got the same thing. It looks almost identical. There's only small differences to it. Same thing for violin, viola. It looks so similar, but I think viola's like a little bit bigger and I think maybe a little bit wider or something like that. They almost look identical. So like, I feel your pain, violin players. I feel the same exact way. I had to deal with my whole life. That's why I named my my senior recital, "What is that?" Because as the number one question I have been asked my entire life, whenever someone asks, "What instrument do you play?" I say the euphonium, and I look at them and I'm like, "You can say it. Go ahead. What is that?" Yeah, yeah. The one time, because usually I tell people, "Do you know what a baritone is?" It's the same thing, just shape different, sounds different. And there've been people like, "I don't know what a baritone is." Do you know what a tuba is? It's a mini tuba. And they're like, oh, okay. I've had one motherfucker that's just like, do you have when I asked, would you know what tuba is? It's like, no, what's a tuba? It's just like, oh, okay. You need to get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. That makes me sad. If you don't know what a tuba is or what a tuba looks like, even if you had no musical experience whatsoever, it's just like, what is wrong with you? Anyways, moving on here. I don't know. I think I backed up. I want to check this instrument right here. I mean, that's very interesting. Bow there. Um, I mean, I want to be able to tell if that's a viola or a violin, man. I gotta be completely honest with you. It looks like a violin to me, but it doesn't. I mean, if it is a violin, it's like that's gotta be close to as low as the violin goes. I don't know. Who knows? So I got so lost up in the song. I was like, let's keep going. I mean, video is very cool. I love how everything's starting to repair itself. I mean, obviously the light candles and stuff start flickering back to life and whatnot. And you have everything here like building itself back together, which is really fucking cool. I love it. But we're gonna jump ahead a little bit here. So as you can see here, dude's playing the string bass. I haven't heard anything that has sounded string bass like to me, but maybe. I mean, maybe that's just part of the imagery for the song and whatnot. And I'm probably sure there are maybe some string basses in the orchestra and whatnot. I don't know if he's playing it or whatnot, but I don't really hear it if it's happening. But anyways, around 2:30, we have breakdown, some more pizzicato going on and whatnot, and build back into the chorus for the last time. So let's reset the video and get some of that. Alright, let's get it. Let's get that. The first two notes, like dum dum, I was like, that could be a string bass, and then the dum, like that rumbly, like electric sounding dum. I was like, that sounds like a bass guitar. Like maybe they're both in there. I don't know. Nice held soft quiet note there. So you can hear that pizzicato going. I think I heard like 2 or 3 notes here, and then they jumped over here right when I paused. Very cool panning again. Love that. Nice little pizzicato going in from the higher strings there. And then you just have this just kind of there's just this resonating ambiance to everything. It just feels like all the sound is completely filling the entirety of the space around the song. Like your ears completely have this, like, it sounds like almost like a choir holding out this really high kind of resonating note, like a full choir. Just this no, just kind of just seems to be permeating the sound. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's choir. Come on now, just playing with a few notes and then decides to do a little jump with it. Okay, why not? You hear that? Alright, on this side, a lot of instruments fell out. It's getting that fall away so that it can build into that chorus there. Like I heard the second all those instruments fell out. Oh, we're building more. I'm sorry, did I hear chimes, a harp, plus some in there? Hold the fuck. Wait a second. I thought the drum fill that was just continuing to go on and build more and more and more there. I thought that was gonna be the excitement of there, and then I heard some swipes on those instruments happen. Hold the phone here. Put the phone back on the dial for a second. Is that the hook dial? I don't think that was correct. Receiver? What do they call I mean, it's been so long since we had phones where you can hang back up on something. What do they call that? I don't know. Fucking, I'll have to look that up sometime because now I'm like, I can't even remember. Anyways, put it back on the hook. We gotta check that out again. Some stuff fell out here. Pick up the drums. He definitely had some violin action going on in this here. And yeah, that was like 100% a harp mixed with those chimes going in there. Whew, that's beautiful. Come on, give me that one more time, and we'll let it keep going here. But god dang, that's beautiful, little glassy, just kind of shit going on there. Hell yeah. This part made me laugh so hard. Yeah, okay, so there's a bass guitar. Got it. I think it's both. I think there's some string bass action going on in there as well, but I think it's also being paired with a bass guitar at the same time. So I'll explain why this made me laugh here in a second, but I'm thinking about it. So again, we have so much more sound and stuff because like most of the choruses, you know, it had some nice fullness to it, but then we went to an all-time high of like just fullness and sound from the choir, from the violin section, from the string section in general, just kind of having these high notes just kind of filling most of the upper register of the ears, just a lot of ambiance, a lot of sound, a lot of held notes, a lot of sustained chords and whatnot going on in there. And then they mixed both of those together and just shoved it into this last chorus. There's so much sound, there's so much beautiful, high, glassy ambiance going on out throughout here, just giving it so much driving. This is the last chorus energy to it, which is fucking awesome. But remember, most of the song has been, it still is in a way, even with all that energy and sound, it is still very soft. It's not metal, just like, yeah, chords, we're doing a chorus and whatnot. It still has this very soft, smooth energy to it. And just like I've remarked on Andrea and Lacuna Coil, it's just like when you're in the band and like obviously you have the main focus here. She gets to sing, so she gets to be into it and whatnot and do her thing. The rest of you are just kind of playing, just like, especially the guitar is just chord, chord, chord. And so it's like when you're not strumming and you're in a video, what do you do with your body and everything for the rest of the time? So you see him just like moving around, just chord, chord. It's just so fucking funny to me. It's nothing on him. It's just the nature of music videos. Like, what do you do in a video with the band rocking out and you guys are just doing one chord a measure? You know what I mean? What are you supposed to do with the other part of the time? Just like, yeah, it's a good song. It's a good song. Chord. Yeah, I'm loving the song. Chord. It's nothing on them. It's just, that's just how music videos go. And it's funny in that situation. It's like, let's get a panning shot of the band. And it's like, we don't have anything to do in this section. So this is like, yeah, this is a good song. It's so fucking funny. I absolutely love it. I love every second of it. His face is interesting. Oops, I pushed it twice. So not only do we have that beautiful glassy high note from Sharon again, which there's even a few more little embellishments that she did in there, just like, so beautiful. Um, but while she's holding that out, you have the whispers coming back, and I'm pretty sure there was a whisper again that I missed earlier because I was probably fascinated by some other amazing thing that both the instruments and or Sharon were doing. But they also they did this little bit in the middle as well, but just I think it's a silent, yeah, silent tears, I think it just whispers silent in this in this era. She's holding out that beautiful glassy note there. God damn. Oop, there's that heart back in there. It's oh god, and they panned it too, because why the fuck not? Silent at the upper part and kind of the mid lower part here. This one's a little bit higher, a little bit quieter, and this one's just very clear, silent, just whisper in there. Oh my god, and they did it twice, and they kept doing it. Well, they used to do it twice. They might do it again. I don't know, but that's so awesome. Nice violin passage in there. You have that choir. There's neutral syllable, open round vocals, all is going on in the background while you have all this other held notes from the guitars and the strings and whatnot, just holding out while this violin or cello, I could see it being other passage going on. Oh, so beautiful. I totally thought once she crossed this beam here, she's just like gonna disappear, or just disappear in a puff, but did not happen. I let that note solve there. That is that was a great song. That was a fantastic song. That is it's just kind of like the last one, which I think was Forsaken, right? Yeah, I don't think it was Pale. I don't think so. Forsaken's just so smooth and soft and beautiful that's just like, man, like, not only could this song be just a great song if like you're feeling really sad or like something bad, like, you know, I don't know, maybe you had a breakup or something, I don't know, that you can listen to and just cry to. Not only is it amazing for that, I could also see it kind of just putting it on the background, just kind of like it's kind of like a, you know, like the weather that in the video, just kind of like an overcast fall day or something. Maybe you're inside with just lights off, but you know the natural, the little bit of natural light coming in from the outside, kind of, you know, like when she entered the house the first time, just peeking through, and maybe you just, you know, cleaning the house, doing laundry or something. You know, just kind of that, just the ambiance, the background music to fit the atmosphere, what's going on outside, or just beautiful music to go to sleep to, all the same. It's just it could fit so many things. It just has this beautiful, mellow, smooth energy to it, an amazing vocal range and vocal ability from Sharon here. Like, what the fuck? So good. All right. Next we have Aquarius. I don't know if that has anything to do with the. Oh, it starts out with whispers again. I hear you. Well, it doesn't start out with whispers, but it says the word whisper. I don't know if that has anything to do with the zodiac sign. That is in the zodiac sign, right? I'm pretty sure. That sounds right, but now I question myself every single time. Apparently, that's what the internet will do to you. You always just assume you're wrong in some way, shape, or form because people are going to tell you you're wrong. I mean, The lyrics, though, we can get into those later. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I was not really fully paying attention to the lyrics here again because it's just there was so much packed into this song. Uh, let's see here. Again, kind of like the last one, I'm kind of getting this feeling of like losing somebody. With there's no other way I pray to the gods, let him stay. You know, the memories erase the pain inside. Now I know why. Right. Oh, my memories keep you near. Yeah, definitely getting the feeling of memories of being with someone before you lost them and whatnot, which obviously could be losing to like they died or just they're still alive but they just don't want to be with you anymore kind of thing. I could see either way, but like yeah, all memories keep you near. Your silent whispers, silent tears. Sad, very sad song, but beautiful, very beautiful, very healing song. I love that. So Aquarius will be next in this album. Thank you for joining me. This was a longer one, but I mean, whenever there's a bunch of these tiny little details, it's gonna take a while. Like it's what's gonna happen. Which I get. Obviously, I mean, you can click off by now if you're not interested in this conversation. That's totally up to you. But I'm gonna talk because I like to talk. I've gotten this several times, and I'm sure a lot of people have gotten this. I've even seen there's certain people that don't respond to this stuff, but I've also seen from another person who does really longer, really long compared to some people, but longer reaction videos and whatnot. It gets these comments like, "How can you do a fucking hour-long reaction to a 4-minute song?" I get that shit all the time. I've gotten at least 5 times, if not more than that. I wouldn't be surprised if not really, it'd be anywhere between 5 to 10 times. Which sounds like that's not a lot. When you have around 900 subscribers, that's a lot. When you don't get a lot of views on your videos, that's a lot. If I did get a lot of views on my videos, it'd be a fuck ton more than that. But I don't do this for views. And it's funny because like I understand that your typical reactions are usually between 8, usually 8 sometimes, but 10 to 15 minutes. I understand that. And it's like you can add in some opinions and just like, oh yeah, I really like that, I really like this, it was really cool. You can add some opinions in there, but in my personal opinion, when you only have like a 10-minute video, you plug all your shit in the first minute because people do that, and then you watch the video, and then for the next like 4 to 6 minutes, you're just like, oh yeah, I really like that. That was good, cool, awesome. What do you guys want to see next? Don't forget to follow me on, and let me know. Bye. I don't know. I personally, as a musician, I really enjoy it when I watch other musicians like super go through and dissect like, oh yeah, this is what they're doing here and this is why it sounds so cool and like all that stuff. Like it's really enjoyable. Like you understand when you click on the video, I'm gonna be here for a little bit. So like the two that come to mind that I even use as an example, two other ones I use as an example, is of course Elizabeth from the Charismatic Voice. I love her. When I get to watch her, I get to learn stuff about vocals and stuff that I never knew before because I'm not good with vocalists. Vocals not my forte. It's instrumentation. That's where I find the most stuff. So I get to learn more about vocal technique and stuff like that than I can then potentially use. If it's like, oh, I hear that. That's what. Yeah, okay. With Nox Hill, I know jack shit about rapping. I don't know anything about the rap game. I have not listened to that for most of my life. So when a rapper, goes through and dissects what's happening in a rap song and, catching all the flips and the stuff like that, I can then be like, oh, I would have never really noticed that, paid attention to it, and then I can use that myself for future listenings that I do. I love this shit. So if you see a video that is super long, just maybe assume like, oh, maybe they had more to say than that was good, I liked it, okay, bye. You know, it's just like, if you like that stuff, there's nothing wrong with liking that stuff, you know, especially this day and age. People just like, more content, more content. I need to watch it as fast as I can. Shovel all the shit into my face. I need to be fast. Okay, they liked it. Cool. Next, you know, that does seem to be the feel of everybody these days. It's just like, I just need to shovel as much content as my face as I fucking can. Stop talking. I need more. I need more. I need more. I get that. But, you know, I really love when people that have music knowledge at varying degrees. Mine's much lower than those other two that I mentioned, but you know, I'm still kind of new to music, and I didn't hard focus that as those other two individuals did, who then went and lived that stuff and devoured as much of that as they possibly could. I've just kind of skimmed the surface of it, so my music knowledge is much lower than theirs is, but still, with the musical knowledge that I do possess, I like to share that. And not only that, but also these artists, as I said in the Ginger video, when someone's just like, don't do it their live and non-live. He did like 45 minutes on just the studio version. Like, it would take him way too long to do both and whatnot. It's like, I don't care if it would take 3 fucking hours to do a video. These artists poured their heart and soul into making this piece for us, for the universe. I'm going to show them the same level of respect and appreciation by listening to it. I don't give a fuck if this was a 5-hour fucking video. If that's how long it took to enjoy every second and every little element that they put into the song, so fucking be it. If you don't want to see that, there is nothing wrong with that. Here's the thing. Don't click on the fucking video. Oh, I know your mind just went... I know, right? That's what you can do. Anyways, enough going off on a tangent on that. Thank you, everybody, for joining me, Sharon, and the wonderful instrumentalists of Within Temptation. Thank you so much for the music. I appreciate you. And I will see you all next time.